Good morning. Good morning to everyone. I would like to welcome you to Fanwood's annual Memorial Day ceremony, and thank you all for coming. As I look out around the ceremony, I am really happy to see so many of you here. I'm so happy that you've taken the time to come join us as we head into a day of remembrance. Last night, Mayor Al Smith of Scotch Plains, who's joining us, and I, along with the Memorial Day Parade Committee, hosted our annual Memorial Day concert right on the North Lawn in Fanwood. And it was a beautiful concert led by the Westfield Community Band. And the tribute to fallen heroes is the theme of this year's ceremonies. And to my left, we have our Grand Marshal, Colonel Constantine Zagonis of the United States Marine Corps, who served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Please give him a round of applause. And I would like for those who are out in our audience, who have served in our military or are currently serving, to please just step a little forward so that we can each see you. Please just step a little forward so we can see you, to recognize you, to thank you, because this is what this morning is all about. I'd like to call forward our good friend, Rabbi Joel Abraham of Temple Shalom, for this morning's invocation.
We come here this morning to remember. In our tradition, the Torah, the Bible, teaches us that soon after the Israelites came together in covenant and came together as a people, the next thing they needed to do was organize themselves for defense. Defend those ideas that made them a people. And we too in our nation came together first to defend the ideas of our Declaration of Independence. We stand here this morning with people who know the cost of defending those freedoms. We dedicate ourselves this morning to remembering those who paid that price. We hope this morning that we are given the strength and compassion to remember those who gave so much for us. Let us dedicate ourselves to this purpose on this Memorial Day. And we say, Amen.
We are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and it is my honor to have the son of our Grand Marshal, Nico, from PAC 34 Den 6, to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Rifle squad, reset, halt!
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, halt! Okay, rip!
We are pleased to have two young ladies, Lauren Barth and Megan Sheehy, who will sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Other guy, rifle squad, tape, reset, halt!
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
What a sweet way to start our morning with that song, isn't it? Very nice, girls. Again, I want to welcome everybody here to the Fanwood Memorial for our annual ceremony. Memorial Day remains one of our most cherished patriotic observances. And decades later, it remains a day to honor those who are no longer with us because they sacrificed their lives. And while we stop today, we must always do more. We must every day put the freedoms that they died for to greater and noble uses. And I see that every day. I see that whether it is our volunteers at the rescue squad, the fire department, the police department, people who understand that the price of freedom is high. There are over 1 million men and women who have given their lives serving in our military during wartime, with thousands dying in other conflicts. So today, the deeper meaning of Memorial Day must never be forgotten. I would like to please call forward our Grand Marshal, Constantine Zagonis, Colonel, to say a few remarks.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Marr, Mayor Smith, Town Council members, citizens of Scotch Plains and Fanwood, all veterans past, present, and forward deployed. Thank you again for the invitation. I am truly humbled by this honor, especially in the context of the company I share this with. All great Americans who today we take pause to remember, honor, and memorialize those who gave their last full measure. Through their sacrifice and patriotism, their legacy continues to define this great nation and all it has achieved. Brutally tortured and harassed by captors for 6 years, Air Force pilot Colonel John Dramacey is considered to be the only Vietnam War POW to never break under barbaric torture and provide nothing more than name, rank, and serial number. In spite of the horrific treatment he and his fellow captors endured, Dramacey never gave up on his country. He twice attempted to escape without success, each time subjected to near-death torture by his captors. In a final act of defiance against his captors, he fashioned a small flag recreated from a white handkerchief, a pair of red shorts, and a North Vietnamese army jacket. It was displayed and saluted by the group at night and flew until morning. In the morning, the flag was saluted again and then hidden in a mosquito net. It became a symbol of hope and daily reminder of their cause, their purpose, to answer the call of the patriot. Described as an intense, funny, and outgoing successful businessman, Scotch Plains resident Mark Rothenberg boarded his flight on a routine business trip to Asia, as he did so many times before. Mickey, as he was known by his family and friends, had a mind like a calculator. He could rattle off figures like a computer, and if he dialed the phone number once, he never forgot it. A notorious extrovert, Mickey always had a great story to tell. He once had an encounter with comedian Jackie Mason at a Beverly Hills restaurant. Both men had rented the same Mercedes, and it would seem the park and valet had mixed them up. On the morning of September 11th, Mickey boarded United Airlines Flight 93 out of Newark, destined for San Francisco. He would never make it, and like so many others on that flight, gave his life in defense of our nation while confronting the hijackers. He joins Matthew Hornan and Jim Walsh, also residents of Scotch Plains, as well as many other first responders, police, firemen, EMS, and citizens who laid down their lives that day. We honor them today and every day for their service, sacrifice, and patriotism. Their loss, while tragic, inspired our community, our nation, and a new generation of patriots who continue to answer the call. Nearly 7,000 times since 9/11, our country, our military, has lost a soldier, an airman, a sailor, a Marine, a Coast Guardsman. But for our families, they have lost a son, a daughter, a father, a sister, a husband, a mother. For Gold Star families, like Sarah Martin Hood, who lost her brother, First Lieutenant Tom Martin, during Operation Iraqi Freedom, every day is Memorial Day. They are extraordinary people who continue to love so much despite their loss. They embody bravery, endurance, and an unwillingness to let their loved one's death be the story. Theirs is a debt we can neither fully understand nor ever repay. Gold Star families don't want our pity. They want our empathy and gratitude. Reach out to them, approach them with raw compassion and genuine humility. Shake their hands, hug them, and listen to their stories, for they too have answered the Patriots Call. So what drives these patriotic men and women to sacrifice so much? To endure unspeakable acts? To lay down their lives for the sake of others? Or carry on after the loss of a loved one? The desire to serve, to be part of something bigger than ourselves, to help those who can't help themselves or need our help is one of the most basic human emotions and remains steadfast in each of us. But it is the vocation of the patriot, a deep love of country, its values, that inspires ordinary men and women to do extraordinary things to answer the call. They say everyone dies twice. Once when you stop breathing, again the last time someone says your name. As a nation, this is our worst nightmare. We've already lost our warriors, our heroes, our loved ones to death. So we have work to do and stories to tell to ensure our heroes don't die twice. We say their names, we tell their stories, we wear t-shirts, establish scholarships, and run races, all because we can't bear to think of them fading away. Names like Charles Burns, Eugene Hendricks, Edward Klinicki, Herbert Hodgson, James Hunter, and Mauro Bruno. These are just a few whose names adorn the memorials in town here and in Scotch Plains. And as long as we keep saying their names, they are never truly gone, and their stories continue to invoke the Patriots' Call. Make no mistake, the spirit of patriotism is alive and well here in Fanwood and Scotch Plains and this country. It is that which burns deep within all of us, but it must be nurtured, cared for, lived out daily, the way a parent loves a child, the way a young sergeant mentors and inspires their troops. And so, my friends, today and every day, I charge each of you to answer the Patriots' Call in whatever way inspires you and embodies the spirit and ideals of this great nation. For it is through your patriotism that we honor and in turn justify the sacrifices made by all who have paid the ultimate price. It's about freedom, remembering the price for that freedom. So enjoy the barbecue, the shore, the day off, the freedom. But use your words and actions to honor the cost exacted for that freedom. Our cause is but one: to ensure this great nation, an experiment we call democracy, shall never perish, and to always remember, we are and will always be the land of the free, because we are home to a nation of brave patriots. We only need answer the call. Thank you, God bless you all, and God bless these United States of America.
Please give him another round of applause, because that was one of the best speeches that I have heard in all my years of presiding over this ceremony, to making sure that we don't lose the meaning of what today is about, and that we speak the names of those who are no longer here. I would now like to call forward Lauren and Megan for God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the valleys, through the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
We are now like to have the laying of the wreaths. And during the laying of the wreaths, we ask that you join in your own silent prayers as we place wreaths to commemorate the sacrifices of the men and women who have given their lives for freedom. I'd like to call forward the American Legion, Community Post 209.
Color guard, rifle squad, head, hook!
I'd like to call forward VFW Post 10122. I'd like to call forward Fanwood Firefighter Ridge and Fanwood Firefighter Grasso. I'd like to call forward Fanwood Rescue Squad Captain Patty Buckerty and Fanwood Rescue Squad President Ed Windsor. Finally, I'd like to call forward Fanwood Patrolman Elliot Bernard, and Fanwood Police Patrolman Dan Krantz. The American Legion Community Post 209 will perform the rifle salute.
Telegram rifle squad. Port, halt! Ready! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Aim! Fire! Ready! Prompt! Freeze it! Halt!
Students Nina and Samantha will perform the taps.
Order! Halt! Parade! Red!
So as we honor those who have died for the United States of America, as we honor those who understand what true patriotism is, I know that we are proud Americans, that we are proud New Jerseyans, that we are proud to live in Fanwood and Scotch Plains. And those of us here will never turn our backs on our military and our veterans. I'd like to call forward Rabbi Joel Abraham for the benediction.
Times of mourning, we have a poem that we read that begins, L'kol ish yesh shem. Each person has a name. As we've heard this morning, it is our duty on this Memorial Day to remember those names. Not just to see the names on our street signs, not just to take a moment with the plaques in our towns and read the names, but to ask who they were. So God, we ask for your strength, for the ability to take on that memory, to ask about those who have gone, to learn about them, so that we can truly learn about their memory and truly live up to their legacy. We take this moment to rededicate ourselves to memory, to compassion and caring, and we say, Amen.
This concludes our ceremony this morning. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and joining in and listening and be moved. We'd like to invite everyone up to the Scotch Plains gazebo where they will have their ceremony at 10 o'clock. And then from there, we will kick off our beloved tradition of our parade, which will march straight down Martine Avenue. On behalf of Kathy Mitchell and Tom Cranston, up here to my right, I want to thank you for coming out today. And I would like to just ask that the veterans who are here to maybe just stay behind for a second, because I would like to get a picture with our Grand Marshal. We have a couple chairs over here in front. If we could just take a moment, I would love to be able to get a picture of our veterans that are here today. Thank you, and God bless America.